Is this thing on? Welcome back to Big Mouth and fancy seeing you here in June. I'm very welcome, my friends, and especially my enemies. Come in, sit down, no touching. I don't do the touching. If you're feeling charitable, please smash the subscribe button and the like button, and please do follow me on Twitter at Movies TV Mad. I had no intention of doing a dceu extra today, but then I read an interview from the Harley Quinn showrunner about the release of the Snyder Cut joke. I was a little triggered, so we are going to tag them in this over on Twitter, and we are going to make sure that they see this video so they understand my feelings and your feelings, and that we are human beings and we are not toxic. Are we toxic? I don't think we are. But at the end of the day, we're human beings. Everyone's human, male, female, people of colour, minority groups. We are both good people and can be bad people. And that includes celebrities and Hollywood elites. None of us are perfect, even though they pretend they're nice, charitable people, right? Yeah? Well, we all know what you get up to at night time, don't we? Anyway, right, so let's go back to this. That could be labelled as a little toxic. I suppose I look like a scary guy. I apologise for the toplessness, the bare nature, but it's 35 to 40 Celsius and I didn't want to wear a top. So let's do today's dceu extra. Harley Quinn showrunner addresses controversial Justice League joke. Support Snyder Cut. DC Universe's Harley Quinn showrunners recently participated in a Q&A where they addressed a myriad of topics, including the Snyder Cut joke. The showrunners of DC Universe's Harley Quinn recently participated in a Q&A where they addressed a myriad of topics, including the infamous Justice League release, the Snyder Cut joke. Well, when Harley Quinn first premiered, it was clear it was the polar opposite of every DC animated show that preceded it. The titular heroine of Harley Quinn is ruthless, completely unapologetic, and unafraid to take aim at the entire DC universe, including the fervent fan base. The males, and the males. Harley Quinn doesn't like males anymore. She hates us. But I will be honest, it's a great animated show and I do enjoy watching it. It's just a shame that Hollywood's gone totally insane. Is Gillette running Hollywood now? I don't know. Now that the show is in its sophomore season, Harley Quinn has only stepped up the insanity. The show has already killed off several beloved DC characters, R.I.P. Penguin and Mr. Freeze, both men, by the way. It also sets its sights on controversial topics in DC's greater canon. One joke that set the internet on fire was a scene in Harley Quinn Season 2, Episode 5, where two fanboys critics rail on Harley Quinn for virtue signalling. Among other things, the meta joke was only made more poignant because one of the alpha fanboys was wearing a release the Snyder Cut shirt. It's terrible to be an alpha male. It's a crime. Call the police. Alpha male here. Arrest me. Anyway, so while nothing is off limits on Harley Quinn, the Justice League Snyder Cut controversy split the DC fanbase down the middle. Therefore, even though it's been years since the initial fiasco, any mention of the Snyder Cut still kicks up the fanboy hornet's nest. Fanboys, just the fanboys, just the boys, just the men, not the women. There's no women in our movement. They don't get angry, right? They don't want to see the Snyder Cut. No, it's all men. Fanboys, 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 fanboys. So the lies continue, of course. On May 11th, Harley Quinn showrunners Justin Halpern and Patrick Schumacher, where are we? Schumacher did a live Q&A on DC Universe and answered a few fan questions. Eventually, a fan asked about the Snyder Cut joke, specifically how it came to be on the show. Schumacher explained he had cold feet about the joke and was sure that it would never make it into the show. Honestly, he says, I put the shirts in there as an internal joke and assumed those would never make it into the final cut. Ha ha ha. Ultimately, these guys were comedic to me because of how deep their toxic fandom ran. Wow. Thank you, mate. Thank you, Mr. Schumacher, particularly the one guy, and I don't think he's representative of all the Snyder Cut enthusiasts at all. In truth, I had cold feet about keeping the shirt, but I'm glad we did at the end of the day. And the Snyder Cut fans' response has been outstanding. Such great sports. Yeah, really great sports, mate. You've literally called us a bunch of toxic, angry alpha males, but thanks, yeah, we have been great sports. I haven't really been a great sport, not because you don't believe in the movement, not because you think it's all about men, but it's all political to you. It's not a joke. It's not. You're not making a joke. Let's stop pretending. We know what's going on here, but never mind. Given how the Snyder Cut fanbase has acted in the past, yeah, can you explain to me how we've acted in the past? Please, can you, apart from trying to get justice for Zack Snyder and his wife and his departed daughter, can you understand, or all the money we're giving to suicide prevention charities? Yeah, we're really bad people, right? As it was, right, given how the Snyder Cut fanbase has acted in the past, it's mighty of them to take the joke in stride. With the joke being as pointed as it was, Schumacher also clarified his personal feelings about the Snyder Cut in the same Q&A, calling himself a completist who wants to see it released. I want all director's cuts to be released. Schumacher even took it a step further, sharing a photo on Twitter of a custom release the Snyder Cut sign from his island in the game Animal Crossing. It's impressive that Harley Quinn managed to tackle a topic like toxic fandom without much pushback, since the internet is filled with fans who love nothing more than attacking any property or person that doesn't conform to their opinions. It's not about attack, it's about opinions. That's the difference. But we'll talk about this. It would have easy for them to attack Harley Quinn. However, it appears miracles do happen, and a joke can just be a joke. It's not a joke. The fan reaction could also be a comment on Harley Quinn as a show, which makes fun of everything in DC's canon. No, it makes fun of men in the DC canon, as nobody raises an eyebrow at a controversial joke, much like South Park. For now, Harley Quinn Season 2 is still ongoing, and it's a fair bet there will be many more jokes that set the internet on fire. Oh dear. Basically, right, let's get this clear. Let's be absolutely straight here. What they did on that Harley Quinn episode wasn't a joke, right? It wasn't a joke. They were attacking us. This is their ideology. They believe that all men are toxic. They do not like alpha males. And apparently all alpha males are 30-stone guys with ginger beards. Not that there's anything wrong with being 30 stone or having a ginger beard, right? But ultimately, this is where we are now. This wasn't a joke. It was an attack. I'm happy to take it on the chin. But ultimately, Hollywood, this is why I'm so happy you're losing so much money right now. COVID-19 is a horrible thing, and I regret every death. I absolutely do. But there's always a silver lining, right, to every cloud. At the end of the day, it's not the fans. We are the customer. We are the customer. We went to see a film, and we were conned, and we were ripped off. And the director was betrayed, right, because he had a vision. Now, I know this guy's saying that, oh, yeah, I support all director's cuts. The point is, we are not toxic. We are passionate people trying to get something done here. And it's not us. It's you Hollywood elites who are toxic. If you wasn't so toxic, you wouldn't have done it in that Harley Quinn episode. And you went after the Fandom Menace. But the Fandom Menace guy, interestingly enough, was very quiet and barely said anything. In fact, the Fandom Menace was very beta, weren't he? He was very quiet. I find that ironic in itself. So, apparently, according to the Screen Rant article, we're very toxic. It's a big surprise that toxic men like us didn't react aggressively to that joke. It wasn't a joke. It was an attack on us. They don't like men. And now they've rewritten history to say that Harley Quinn is some big feminist character. She's not. She's never been a feminist, right? She's an intelligent young woman who went crazy. She's suffering with mental health problems. She was manipulated by the Joker, but at the end of the day, it's nothing to do with his gender. But this is where Hollywood is right now. This is where we are. Comment down below. Like, share and subscribe. And I'll be back tomorrow with even more DCEU Daily. See you again soon.